In a world of procrastinators, how do you get started?
And you need smart people. You need to create an environment where smart people want to stay there. If you're a visionary founder, then maybe you're great at ideation, maybe you're great at mind mapping, then maybe you're not the best person when it comes to actually implementation from an engineering standpoint, right? So do you have the right engineer in place? I might outshine my company at some point in my life, and I know that I've done that, right? It's like I'm not a part of that because I can't be in that position now because I'm done. Like it's not a part of me. Like so I have to exit. So there's always a time the CEO has to exit.
Pakistan जिन bumps से गुजरा है, it has been a blessing in disguise in some way because अब for the first time the Pakistani conglomerates, the Seths who've been in their comfort zone, the boomers that you're talking about, have to look at the business in a different way.
My thing is, number one, I think the boomers were smart. Boomers are like, technically speaking, इससे ज़्यादा smart कैसे हो सकते हैं? They've kept the wealth to themselves. The youth, उनकी सबकी यही कहानी है, right? That they feel like they're deserving from their parents and they don't have access to the finances. The problem right now that's happening is that the boomers live in fear.
कहीं ना कहीं एक subtle सी sense of entitlement है. The opportunities will come our way.
हम अभी भी Fiverr पे and Upwork पे अटके हुए हैं. To create good, strong companies, we need strong programs educationally. जब तक your surroundings are not shaped in a growth mindset.
You're created in pairs.
If you utilize your energy with the right people, do 10x what you're doing today.
क्या हम सब ये realize करें कि हमारे पास बहुत महदूद energy है. Hello and welcome to another candid conversation with me, Sidra Iqbal. In a world of procrastinators, how do you get started? ख़ास तौर पे जब हम बात करते रहते हैं स्टार्टअप कल्चर की, इस इकोसिस्टम की जहाँ पे आपका आइडिया could be the next unicorn and could make you the next billionaire. लेकिन हमारे यहाँ लोग ख़याली प्लाव ज़्यादा बनाते हैं, यानी उनकी कंपनी बन भी जाती है, बिलियंस ऑफ डॉलर्स कमा भी लेती है और जब आंख खुलती है तो पता चलता है उन्होंने अभी बिस्तर भी नहीं छोड़ा. बट अमंगस्ट अस आर पीपल हु आर रियली मेकिंग इट हैपन. और ख़ास तौर पे मुझे लगता है कि व्हेन आई मेट हिम रिसेंटली, ही इज़ अ ब्रेथ ऑफ फ्रेश एयर व्हेन इट कम्स टू दिस इकोसिस्टम जहाँ पे लोग हमेशा दे आर इन लव विद देयर ओन आइडियाज़, दे टॉकिंग अबाउट स्केलिंग अप, दे टॉकिंग अबाउट गेटिंग द फंडिंग, गेटिंग एन एंजल इन्वेस्टर, लेकिन somebody who really knows how this works because he of course is a multi-exit founder. इसके अलावा ना सिर्फ is he an angel investor to many wonderful ideas here in Pakistan, but his focus seems to be these days with the Saudi Vision 2030. So what exactly is happening in the world, in the region? Let's learn more about the insights. और अगर पाकिस्तान को वाकई अपना वो पहला यूनिकॉर्न चाहिए, तो is this the talk, the fluff enough? Yeah, we need to be doing more. And what is that more? Let's speak to Taha Memon. Hi, Taha.
Hi Sidra, how are you?
क्या हाल है आपके?
बस alhamdulillah.
I think it was by fair chance that we met recently in Lahore जब आप अपने Founders International के साथ वहाँ पे पहुँचे थे and you brought in a delegation. And it's very intriguing that you curate these groups and you consult for not just companies but for governments and ministries. So what exactly is the focus these days?
Well, I mean, number one, thank you for the introduction. That was probably the best introduction of myself that I've heard. Very precise. Secondly, yes, so we work with specifically different ministries from different governments and entities, where our focus is to bring in founders and investors into emerging markets.
Okay.
So an emerging market could be Pakistan, could be Saudi Arabia, could be Bahrain. So anywhere where there's opportunity to invest in new ideas, in concepts, in the startup ecosystem, but not primarily limited to the startup ecosystem, but also maybe towards solar energy, oil and gas, maybe renewable energy, maybe towards something specific in a family office where new funds being launched. So the opportunities are more than just specifically the tech sector. We're industry agnostic when we take these founders and investors, and they range from all different sorts of industries, inclusive of real estate, which Pakistan is very big on.
But Taha, as a VC and as an angel investor, I'm sure you're listening to a ton of ideas every day. And everybody is in love with their ideas. कई ideas तो हमें लगता है कि कहीं से copy pasted है, किसी और दुनिया की जगह पे हो रहे हैं, वहाँ पे बहुत successful है, तो लोगों को लगता है उस model को यहाँ पे ape किया जा सकता है, recreate किया जा सकता है. How do you cut through it all and really recognize a good idea?
Sure. So I'm an angel right now. We're launching our VC fund early on the third quarter, which will be primarily from Riyadh, focused on the MENA region to bring the right founders into the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But as an angel, I'll go ahead and answer that question. I think just to focus on that question again, it's really we focus on three different things. I bank on the founder. So when choosing a startup to invest in, we look at who the founder is. Are they truly obsessed with their idea? Is that something that they're really passionate about? Number two, do they have any sort of success stories backing them up? Because that's important. Credibility is important in the market. That's the only way we'll find out what they've done in the past. And lastly, do they have the right team? Are they just one-dimensional, or do they have founders have different personalities. For example, if you're a visionary founder, then maybe you're great at ideation, maybe you're great at mind mapping. Then maybe you're not the best person when it comes to actually implementation from an engineering standpoint, right? So do you have the right engineer in place? Do you have maybe the right person in place when it comes to marketing? So all of those things really come into place when it comes to at least me starting at even bringing them into the lineage of our inner circle. When I say inner circle, that means my team that looks at the pitch deck, that goes through the questions and answers, that vets them from me, and then that deal flow really comes to me on the tertiary. Like I'm on the third side of the story where they get vetted, the conversations I had, and then I finally go in and I see if they fit my mandate, which right now is hospitality tech.
Right.
If it's in that sector, then from a strategic investment perspective, we do obviously.
And why hospitality tech? Out of all the things, because मैंने पाकिस्तान में आजकल देखा है बहुत सारे लोग एग्रीकल्चर की बात कर रहे हैं, एग्री टेक, फिनटेक. Why hospitality tech?
So our focus for our VC fund will be fintech, blockchain, AI, and anything which can be scaled when it comes to the population numbers in Pakistan. We're the fifth largest country in the world. So anything that can be really scaled from that perspective, that's what our VC fund will be towards. But when it comes to angel investment, all my other companies are focused towards hospitality, travel, tourism, conversations, connections. So all of that comes into the hospitality realm. So the reason why I choose specifically this sector for my angel investment is because it allows me to, even if I make a mistake in one of those companies, that runway will always lead to learnings. So it can always help the other company.
True.
So the founders really can work together to kind of create an ecosystem of information being transferred. So when you're in an environment through just osmotic communication, you're able to really get a lot of knowledge in. And even the mistakes then, sometimes they, in the long run, they allow for, it doesn't hurt you that much.
Are you scared of making mistakes?
Am I scared of making mistakes?
As an angel and also at a personal level?
So I genuinely don't think that I'm that. Like my risk threshold is pretty high. I'm a believer. I understand different markets. So it's all about, I believe the fear comes from an inaccuracy of the level of effort that you define. So if you are inaccurately, maybe estimating the level of effort defined to succeed in that task, you're always going to fail.
True.
So I always back myself as a founder whenever I start a new journey, like when it comes to even raising a fund, like even for funds, right? Like our fund that we're launching, of course, we have to raise that money. So when we raise from different family offices and private equity firms, I have to back myself, right? On my own skill level, on my own, and I have to estimate that level of effort. So कुछ भी करेंगे उसकी अगर आपने estimate कर लिया right level of effort, तो आपको वो उसका मतलब you'll succeed in that.
You know what I really like? अगर आप ताहा के LinkedIn profile को जाके देखेंगे, and then I sort of his was the first one that मैंने इस चीज़ को notice किया, और उसके बाद मैंने देखा कि a number of people in his fraternity, his connections were carrying the same description. There's something called the super connector.
Yeah.
What is the super connector? And I like it because, when you say that you've worked in different markets and you understand the world and the region and this ecosystem, मुझे लगता है कि people who will always be looking at the differences will be living in fear कि अच्छा यहाँ पे ये मुझसे मुख्तलिफ है, इनका अंदाज़ मुख्तलिफ है, इनका नज़रिया मुख्तलिफ है. But when you're a super connector, I would imagine that you're looking at similarities. Am I correct?
Yeah. That's a funny story. So there's a friend of mine, a business partner of mine, and I'll tell you the story. So I was in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And this is how I start companies, right? Which is really cool. Like, I'm big on if you feel the right energy with someone, and if you can really work with them. You know how they say when you get married to someone, you're made in pairs, right? Even in our religion, it says that you come in pairs, and there's so many different verses that you can go into from a spiritual level as well. So I believe business partners also.
You're created in pairs.
You're created in pairs. And मुझे याद है मैं ऑस्टिन में I was in DC, and then उसके बाद मेरी ऑस्टिन में एक and I'll tell you how I operate, right? Because most people don't operate in that way. So I came to Austin and I saw I was hearing a lot about it, right? And so my friends at UT they called me. They said, "Hey, listen, I mean, not college friends, but like they had already graduated. Now they have kids and stuff." They said, "You have to come in and see. It's the new Silicon Valley." I came in. I spent maybe 2 or 3 days there, and I didn't leave for 3 months.
Wow.
And the reason for that was because number one, the people, the ideation, and also the quality of the startups the businesses that were being built there. I knew that was a market that I had to enter at that moment.
अच्छा, इसके लिए कई लोग कहते हैं ना कि a number of founders and people who've had tremendous success, they're also superstitious. So they might be, consulting astrology कि कोई खास number था. When you're feeling that energy, and you just mentioned, you have your own mythical twist to it. How do you decide? How do you decide on the right time to enter, the right time to buy, the right time to exit? Taha?
So I look at 10 years ahead, right? Okay. I always say, like, don't go for the sixes, go for the singles and the doubles, right? So even if you're creating a journey, try, like, it's the long run. Go for the 8 years or the 10 years, right? मतलब लोग फौरन कहते हैं मुझे कल परसों तरसों, right? मतलब अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हम 15 साल से काम कर रहे हैं, बिजनेसेस चला रहे हैं, बट अभी भी कोई मुझसे पूछता है कि यार ये आपका, मतलब मैंने कहा 8 साल लगेंगे अभी. हालांकि इट कुड कम वे बिफोर दैट, बट आई हैव ऑलरेडी एस्टिमेटेड कि वो 8 साल मैंने अपने आप को दिए हुए इस चीज़ के लिए. सो मेरा एस्टिमेट ही इतना बड़ा होता है. उसके बाद सो दैट्स द फर्स्ट थिंग, राइट, कि मैंने इन्वायरमेंट आप पढ़ते हैं. एंड सेकेंडली आई थिंक टाइमिंग आप पिक करते हैं based on a few different things, the people, the economy, and the future of policy within that area, right? Because without the right government policy,
you don't have the right elements in place, because they are creating. पहले ज़माने में लोग कहते थे ना कि इनका काम होता है कि आप systems बना दें, आप roads बना दें, आप bridges बना दें. You have to be equally creating that that policy infrastructure, of course, for it to germinate and to take life.
And you need smart people. You need to create an environment where smart people want to stay there.
Right.
Young smart people want to stay there. So what's happening in Austin is the young people actually want to stay there. So the locals want to stay there, and everyone from around the world. Diversity is important when it comes to the human brain. You learn a lot. You travel a lot. You get different, teams that get formed. They have a lot more diversity, which allows for new innovation, which allows for better quality assurance in the products that are made. So that all was happening there. And then with my Saudi connection, the same thing I was noticing in Saudi Arabia and Riyadh during the same time. This is 4-5 years ago, and I used to go every year. And then I realized that maybe there's a bridge that can be created between the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and maybe the United States. And we started that bridge primarily from Austin, Texas to Riyadh. And the reason why we did that was just not because of the 3 things in place, which I said: a young ecosystem of individuals who want to create the best companies, right, which is the youth population, government policies in place that allow for entrepreneurship and innovation, and number 3, the right type of environment. So it's how you feel when you're there.
Do you think Pakistan missing the third one? Because they try to bring in the policies. We have a youthful population, लेकिन शायद आखिरी चीज़ missing है.
So आखिरी चीज मैं I'll go back on that thought.
हाँ.
आखिरी चीज जो थी which built the bridge was hospitality.
Right.
Southern hospitality in the United States and in the Middle East it's similar.
हाँ.
Right? So there's a lot of love when the people travel, and when they speak, they get along. So the bridge also has to come from the people actually.
The
Really
people-to-people linkage.
People-to-people linkage.
So
as well.
that was a similarity in the culture that allowed for that to happen.
That was my thought process that this would
Okay.
be this was a good start, and then we started this journey, and obviously with the Vision 2030 of His Royal Highness MBS, I think that really allows for a really big picture for a lot of global ecosystem players to come in, and
You've seen success in Pakistan, you've seen success in US, you've worked in a variety of markets, जिसमें Singapore भी है, जिसमें Riyadh भी है. How do you really, if I was to ask you which country, which region, which culture do you identify the most with?
So I'm a Pakistani American. I always say I'm a Pakistani American. I believe I'm a global citizen, and I think the world is becoming more global, and people are the same all over the world. And it's genuine. You'll realize that we're all the same. We're literally all the same. We breathe the same air. We eat the same food. And genuinely, if you
and we all love a warm welcome, and people who are hospitable, and that kind of brings me to Dawat. In this journey, जब आपने कहा you went to Austin and you just could feel it that this is where you need to be, and then it led to other things with you trying to create a connection between Austin and Saudi and doing so well. How did Dawat happen, and where does it feature?
So that was my second company when I started that, and genuinely I think I was just always inquisitive. I believe I have an understanding of hospitality, and that was genuinely, I think it's been 12-13 years now, and it's something we started, something I gave a lot of time to and effort to, and I think it really built me because it's such a high pressure job, high pressure position to really run such events at such a high level, and also it allows for your emotional intelligence to really work at its full potential, right? And I think that really allowed me to kind of take any sort of pressure now, and now it's like not much.
Any horror stories from the early days?
I think
How did you get that? क्योंकि आमतौर पे ज़्यादा लोगों को नहीं पता होता ये जो इमोशनल एक्यूमेंट की आप बात कर रहे हो ये बड़े अरसे बाद आती है, and especially being a young person managing people in Pakistan and especially in brown households, we definitely get very emotional when it comes to weddings and family events. तो वो कैसे हैंडल किया, और किसी पॉइंट पे सोचा था कि मैं गलत कर रहा हूँ, मैं गलत बिजनेस में आ गया हूँ?
I think so I'm an engineer, right? So my brain works like I can mind map things, right? I believe I was very innovative in anything we did. So even in our business, we've created 7 other smaller companies just within the event industry. So we were always innovative. So for me, it was always, how can we innovate what we're doing here? And then we were just really good at it. We just got a lot of business, honestly speaking. So it's just something that, where it's like life just brings you to that.
But अगर मैं specifically wedding planning and events की बात करूँ पाकिस्तान में, we see that there are very few people who stick around and do it year on year.
Yeah.
थोड़े ऐसे बात लोग एग्जिट ले लेते हैं, खुद बोर हो जाते हैं, थक जाते हैं. I've also seen a lot of event managers, corporate and otherwise, जो कहते हैं the kind of pressures because things are not getting smoother.
Yeah.
I'm very glad that you said कि मैं innovate करता हूँ उसमें जो sub tasks हैं, जो छोटी चीज़ें हैं, if there is a smarter way of doing that, we try to deploy it. But in Pakistan, I've only seen event managers, and I've worked with all of them, turn around and say कि सिद्रा हमारे यहाँ Murphy's Law in action, it's always in action, and it's probably Mrs. Murphy's Law in action all the time. So how do you navigate that, and does that,
Yeah. So again, I think you have to be made of something different, right? Like, firstly, I feel like you need to learn how to delegate, right? Like, we have three branches now, one in Dubai, one in the United States, same company, and I have zero say in the companies. I have no idea absolutely what happens in those companies. So we've hired the right people, we've delegated, and we've empowered them, right? Because after that, done multiple other companies, a software company that we, Cloud IT Wins that we launched pre-COVID. So we've done multiple other companies, went into angel investment now, the fund, and then FCI, emerging markets. So the only reason I could do that was because I had to empower someone else and give my knowledge, right? And share that information. And I think the reason why event managers maybe, or like people in the hospitality sector, maybe you're saying they burn out, it's truly because it's not that they burn out, it's because they don't learn how to delegate.
You know, it's very interesting you say that, because just yesterday I was reading this article जिसमें यही बात हो रही थी. उन्होंने कहा कि if you think you've quit your corporate job and you're now a startup, cool founder of some great idea, लेकिन if that idea cannot function without you, then I'm sorry, you've just gotten yourself another job. ना वो कभी scale up करेगी, ना वो आपके बगैर function करेगी. तो आपको लग रहा है कि आप, you know, you've become this really cool, suave founder, but you're not. And you were able to do that. But, you know, you come across as a perfectionist. Perfectionist के लिए delegate करना मुश्किल होता है. Or are you not a perfectionist?
I think I used to be. It really does like tick me off, like where things are not done at that highest level. It really annoys me to my core. But at the same time, I've come to the conclusion that even if it's done 80% as at that level of proficiency, I'm fine. I'll live with it. I'll go sit in my sauna and I'll survive. Like I'll take the heat away from myself.
How do you deal with pressure, Taha? And I say that because हमारे यहाँ लोगों की ambitions हैं, उनमें potential है, लेकिन वो, you know, they're not meant for that long run. वो marathon नहीं run कर पाते. तो जब तुम pressure में होते हो, how do you decompress?
So I think genuinely, I think you have to have when you're working, so in life, right? Like with companies as well. And this is something that I believe is extremely important for us Pakistanis to fully understand, is we grow as CEOs or founders in different layers and versions. For example, I might outshine my company at some point in my life, and I know that I've done that, right? It's like I'm not a part of that because I can't be in that position now because I'm done. Like it's not a part of me. Like, so I have to exit. So there's always a time the CEO has to exit. You have to emerge yourself as well. And we don't do that, right? It's like that was your identity. You were good at that point in your life. But now to go from 5 million to 10 million and from 10 to 50, you need to be a different type of CEO.
Yes.
Right? So you have to really take that in, and that takes a lot to understand that as your business revenue increases, as your operations scale, as you start taking more responsibility and your company starts seeing like the heights that it should, you have to understand that maybe you're not the right person to run that company at that level now, because you're maybe really good at that 0 to 50 million margin, but the 50 to 500, maybe you're not equipped. And that takes a big person to really to understand.
And so that usually doesn't mean that you're moving on to bigger things, but you're in fact allowing somebody else to take in that role and take the company towards that next mile now.
So यहाँ पे the reason why we are unable to basically I'll talk about like Pakistan, because this I'm sure this podcast ये हमारा context है, right? तो पाकिस्तान में भी हमारे जो businesses हैं, जो हमारे baby boomers like 60 plus 70 plus, वो एक ट्रेडिशनल माइंडसेट से चला रहे हैं, उनको बिजनेस अपना एक मतलब वो लेके चल रहे हैं, राइट? अपने अंदाज में करें जो ज़बरदस्त बेहतरीन है, ये होना चाहिए ऐसे, क्योंकि उनका चल रहा है, राइट? चलते हुए बिजनेस को कभी भी आप ज़्यादा तंग नहीं करते. थोड़ा सा जितनी भी इनोवेशन लें, थोड़ा सा आप ट्वीक कर सकते हैं, ज़्यादा आपको करने की ज़रूरत नहीं है, बिकॉज इट्स जनरेटिंग द रेवेन्यू, एंड वो टॉप टू बॉटम इट्स टू मच ऑफ changes, right? And that might just disrupt everything.
Exactly.
But maybe some companies get stuck there. You know, they'll never scale more than that because जो top management है ना, वो ready नहीं है. उन्होंने कभी जो मतलब उस high ticket sale के लिए वो ready नहीं है. You know, to get to that high ticket sale, to get to that revenue, you need a change in thought process. And for that to happen, you need to have a high risk threshold of it.
So in other words, मुझे लगता है कि जो भी पाकिस्तान जिन bumps से गुजरा है, जो speed breakers हमें लगे हैं, जो shocks लगे हैं, it has been a blessing in disguise in some way, because up for the first time, the Pakistani conglomerates, the Seths who've been in their comfort zone, the boomers that you're talking about, have to look, at the business in a different way. Now they have to secure it.
I think the boomer. So my thing is, number one, I think the boomers were smart, right? I think the boomers are like, technically speaking, इससे ज़्यादा smart कैसे हो सकते हैं? They've kept the wealth to themselves, right? So
मैं नहीं दूंगा किसी को.
they've kept the wealth to themselves.
Yeah.
The only thing they haven't truly done, which I hear from, because मेरी young लोगों से काफ़ी मेरी गुफ्तगू होती है, मेरी age में बड़े लोगों से भी अच्छी खासी सलाम दो हो जाती है, understanding हो जाती है. So I'm in the place where I'm able to have both conversations. And truly the youth, उनकी सबकी यही कहानी है, right? That they feel like they're deserving from their parents, and they don't have access to the finances that maybe they did at that point in their lives for them to really start something or do something of their own, right? And the problem right now that's happening is that the boomers live in fear, right? वो fear में रहते हैं कि हम, क्योंकि उनकी traditional investments real estate है, commercial real estate, maybe basic shop हो गई, so the businesses that were in, it was cash in, cash out. It was really and
hard cash, and cash is king.
Cash is king, right? And now the concept of just the businesses that are running, they've completely changed. So having your child explain that to you, right, and really risking a lot of your capital that's running the house, it's not easy. So boomers are in a tough position, क्योंकि technically to survive on the with the currency exchange ratio and everything that's happening, I think we're going to go through a huge change of wealth. Like, I think there are going to be a lot more new like millionaires in Pakistan, which is needed. A lot more like people that you're going to see with new ideas and concepts that are really going to make it, which is good for.
No, but you're talking about the people who are the really wealthy ones who made good money. वो अपने पैसे के साथ या इस कैपिटल के साथ इवन अपने ही बच्चों को ट्रस्ट नहीं कर रहे हैं. एंड द किड्स आर हैविंग दिस ग्रीवियंस कि यार काश मेरे पास वो एक्सेस ऑफ कैपिटल होता तो मैंने शायद बहुत कुछ कर लेना था. सो हाउ डू यू सी दिस टग ऑफ वॉर सेटलिंग, एंड हाउ विल द न्यू मिलियनेयर्स बी क्रिएटेड?
So I genuinely believe that we never, like a lot of the business owners in Pakistan, they never thought this was going to happen. उनको लग ही नहीं रहा था कि ऐसा वक्त आएगा जहाँ पे they're going to look for where do we deploy capital, how do we maybe enter a new market. So I don't think they were ready for it, right? So their kids were not ready for it either.
ठीक है.
So now the kids are like bouncing around with ideas, they're trying to go into new markets. तो जब भी ये इस तरह की चीज़ होती है तो obviously there's a risk, right? Because you're entering a new market. अब वो risk threshold कितना है उस बच्चे के लिए, right? Because आप जब तक उसको जब तक वो रिस्क नहीं लेगा,
और जब तक वो टेस्ट नहीं करेगा, जब तक उसको पता नहीं चलेगा कि क्या करना है. एंड डू यू सी दैट एपेटाइट इन व्हेन द पीपल दैट यू आर टॉकिंग टू एंड यू आर ट्राइंग टू कनेक्ट देम विद पीसीज एंड यू आर एन एंजल योरसेल्फ, सबसे बड़ा इनके अंदर आपको फ्लॉ क्या लगता है, या some gap that they need to work on? They may be in love with their ideas and they may have brilliant ideas, but what do you think is the missing element?
देखिए, मेहनती तो बहुत हैं पाकिस्तानी फाउंडर्स, ये तो मतलब मैं आपको बता दूं, मेहनती बहुत हैं.
बूटस्ट्रैप भी करते हैं, अपने पैसों पे करते हैं. आइडियाज़ भी काफ़ी मतलब हद तक, if you look at it from like the global ecosystem, the ideas, the concepts, everything is very matlab the tech is sharp, it's there, right? But you require more than just that, right? You require like how do you pitch? What does your pitch deck need to look like? When's the right time to email, right? किस तरह आप किसको outreach करेंगे? How will you speak to that person? How do you follow up? ये basic चीज़ें बड़ी important होती हैं, and they leave a mark on you. Abhi I brought in 50 investors from the US and the GCC, just for Lahore, and it was a great event. We saw a lot of potential in Lahore, but a few things they struck, right, to one of the investors. She came to a booth and the guy was just eating his food. He didn't stop and greet her, and he just sat there, right? Maybe that was fine, maybe he was hungry, but when you have an opportunity to like that, you get up, you leave everything, and you speak, right? So you've seen the world. ये जो आपने बात की है ना, why I'm interjecting so harshly, pardon me for that, कि मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि कई लोगों से मैंने ये थॉट सुनी है, उनको लगता है कि even the Pakistani youngsters, the students who go abroad, एक कहीं ना कहीं एक subtle सी sense of entitlement है कि the opportunities will come our way. Like I'll tell you, I know of friends जो कि international colleges, scholarship programs को manage करते हैं. They say every time we throw in one email in other markets like Bangladesh, Nepal, India, even the MENA region, तो हमें foreign response मिलता है. पाकिस्तान is probably the only country, अभी आप टाइमिंग ऑफ ईमेल की बात कर रहे थे, जहाँ ईमेल करने के बाद किसी को रिमाइंडर कॉल देनी पड़ती है कि ओ बाय द वे मैंने आपको ईमेल भेजी, उसको चेक कर लें. सो वी सीम टू बी वेरी लेड बैक. हम इतने ज़्यादा सुकून से क्यों हैं?
Yeah, I mean, look, like we have to fully change, right? Like it has to change. And in Pakistan, maybe there are two different. आपके founders भी दो अलग
categories दो डब्बों में डालते हैं उनको. चलें.
दो like एक है rich wealthy kids जिनके parents have the money, तो वो bootstrap करेंगे. And उनके लिए they can lose they can keep going and they can lose the opportunity. And then you have a second, right, जो fundraise कर रहा है, जो bootstrap कर रहा है, जो engineers इधर उधर से university से उठा के अपनी so and by the way, I think दोनों में मतलब situations अलग हैं. Obviously access to capital अलग है, access to education अलग है. लेकिन in today's world none of that matters. Honestly speaking, it matters how, like, I'll come in if I feel like the founder कितना तगड़ा है, कितनी मेहनत करेगा, कितनी रात को जागेगा, कितनी emails भेजेगा, कितनी properly मुझे greet करेगा. I won't even let him get to the second stage, right, in front of my people if he's unable to like you said, basic email. आप basic email पे, basic call, right time पे, so just the basic etiquettes अगर वो embedded नहीं होंगे, they won't really get to the next stage. And I think and I know NIC incubation center and the government of Pakistan right now, honestly speaking, they're working hard. I mean, we brought in close to 50 investors from the United States and GCC, so that's good, right?
आपने जो notice किया कि a VC was there and a founder was probably having a meal, थका हुआ होगा या नहीं उसने तवज्जो दी. What did this delegation that you brought in, ये किस impression के साथ गए? इनको potential नज़र आया? Did they find ideas and people to be interesting? या उनको लगा कि maybe we'll think about it? Lukewarm.
No, so I think the quality of the startups, definitely there in Pakistan, quality of startups high है. ये तो मैं आपको मतलब I can write it down on a piece of paper 100 times. ये quality of startups पाकिस्तान में high है. I think maybe कुछ चीज़ें हमारी pitch deck में processes हमारे पास defined नहीं है. जो मैं मतलब अगर कोई सुन रहा हो maybe हुकूमत से, तो मैं उनको कहता हूँ कि आप इनकी more than the startup से पहले जाने से पहले आप एक initiation का एक segment बना लें जिनके अंदर इनकी basic training हो जाए और के pitch deck ऐसे बनता है, conversations ऐसे होती हैं, how do you reach out to people, how do you start, because that's the essential first step.
इन्हें जो soft skills आपके पास होने चाहिए.
Soft skills, and then for example जैसे हर चीज़ का एक तरीका होता है, like I call it like it's the Bible of startup,
यानी
right?
कुछ चीज़ों को standardize कर देना कि हमें पता होना चाहिए कि अगर pitch presentation करनी है, I mean you can't be at the stage where you're telling them कि यार आपका font legible नहीं है या आपकी चीज़ें organized नहीं है.
Yeah, and even that, right? Like for example, basic cap table math, right? So for example, how much are you raising, right? What's the equity that you're willing to give? What does the cap table math look like? Is it a friends and family? Like all of those just basic principles of, like what's pre-seed, what's series A, what's series B. When you go into the world of like everything, there's basic conversation, right? Or ye nahi pata hoti. So I do believe that training needs to be given, and I'm sure it's given by NIC and these different institutes. But I think her startup ko before they actually enter the realm of like pitching, they need to have this basic. So we need more accelerators in Pakistan, right? We need more training institutes. We need more initiatives with incubation centers, and I do believe I think we're on the right track.
I think there is current and there is potential, लेकिन उसमें वही जो आपने कहा कि कुछ elements का जाना बहुत ज़रूरी है ताकि you can really harness it. How do you see the fact कि दुनिया भर के लोग, जैसे गूगल ने बात की, वर्ल्ड बैंक ने कहा कि if Pakistan wants to focus on digital Pakistan, we are ready to support you for another decade. गूगल कहता है कि अगर इस potential को realize करते हैं तो it's worth about $60 billion and it's achievable for Pakistan, by 2030. लेकिन जो competence, जो capability चाहिए, are things coming together? Yeah, you still feel कि there's a lot more, Sidra, that needs to first fall in place?
I think इनको अगर you give every kid access to free internet, right? Literally every kid like access to free internet and you give them a place to work. ठीक है, अब इतने छोटे से घर के अंदर हमारे जो घर है उसके अंदर मियाँ बीवी बच्चे बहन भाई सब एक साथ रह रहे हैं. How is that kid going to take a Zoom call with a company in Dubai या सऊदी कहीं पे भी, वो कैसे लेगा जब पीछे से आवाज़ें आ रही हैं? तो आपको पहले तो उनको एक एनवायरनमेंट देना है, 24 घंटे के आप वर्क सेंटर्स बनाएं, आप एक्सेस टू फ्री इंटरनेट दें उनको, चार्ज देम अ स्मॉल फी एंड आई स्वेयर टू गॉड ये काम करने के लिए तैयार होंगे. ये बेसिक चीज़ें हमें करना चाहिए एज अ कंट्री. आप ये कर दें, लोग बहुत तेज़ हैं, लोग काम करने के लिए भी तैयार हैं, बट दीज आर बेसिक थिंग्स दैट आई बिलीव हमें देने के लिए इनको. दैट्स द डिजिटल पाकिस्तान. अभी मैंने आई थिंक एक स्पेशल जोन्स बन रहे हैं पाकिस्तान का. आई एम फॉरगेटिंग द इनिशिएटिव.
इनोविस्टा.
पंजाब टेक्नोलॉजीज ऑफ समथिंग स्पेशल टेक जोन.
एक वो भी हो रहा है, and also DHA has just come up with their own. It's called the Innovista and it's recently launched in Karachi. लेकिन तमाम DHAs जो पूरे पाकिस्तान में हैं, they are trying to put a ecosystem and a working place, a co-working place together. And you're right. I mean, हम शायद बहुत ज़्यादा इस तरह से सोचते हैं इन चीज़ों को कि हमारे पास क्योंकि है, we take them for granted. But yes, not having a place where you can connect and have a conversation or even have space and time to think for yourself.
Yeah. So that's the first one. But also second thing, I believe बहुत सारे लोग एक जो बेच रहे हैं ना, जो चीज़ जो बेच रहे हैं, जो अपनी ब्रांडिंग जिस पे वो बेच रहे हैं, that's really it disturbs me and hurts me. Is that हम अभी भी Fiverr पे and Upwork पे अटके हुए हैं, right? And I think that's the biggest disservice to Pakistan that we can do. कि आप जाएं और लोगो बना लें और आप जाके एक नहीं, हमारे लोग इससे ज़्यादा अक्लमंद हैं. We should not, because this will all be taken by AI, right? You don't need someone to make you a logo now.
Right.
और अभी भी हम वो ही उस पे अटके हुए हैं कि हम आप एक डिज़ाइन का वो कर लें and we'll give you internet. That's the wrong thought process, right? So हमें बिल्कुल lowest level पे नहीं काम करना. To create good strong companies, we need strong programs educationally, that rely on good tech, and access to information is available on YouTube. So access is not the problem. It's कि हम mindset and branding change कर दें. Let's change the branding to okay, maybe हम लोग लोगों से ज़्यादा भी बना सकते हैं, so that जब तक हम उससे आगे नहीं जाएंगे तो then we're going the wrong route. हम 10 साल लगा लेंगे ये बनाने के लिए, but अगर हमारा talent pool ही, if our talent pool is unable to really give the quality of work, so how are we going to who's going to invest, who's going to staff from Pakistan?
Taha, what's your biggest pain point when you meet founders or people with ideas in Pakistan? What is it that really you wish you can have an impact on it and change it?
देखिए, I think बहुत सारे लोग हैं जिनको काम बहुत करना है, and शायद लोग को पसंद आए या नहीं आए मेरी बात, लेकिन I don't think जितनी मेहनत लगती है ना काम करने में, जिसके पास पैसा है, पैसा नहीं, उससे ये उस मतलब ये irrelevant है. एक्सेस टू कैपिटल को की मैं बात ही नहीं करता. वो उसकी तो बात है ही नहीं ना. Because I don't think access to capital changes anything. मतलब I work more than some people who make 100 times less than me maybe, right? But that doesn't mean that I'm on. So it's about the effort you put in, right? It's about your mindset. तो जब तक आप वो change नहीं करेंगे तो I don't think anything's going to happen. So I think we need a shift in our brains. I don't think it's okay for after college for the environment that we are in right now, and I was a part of that environment as well, right? Because jab tak your surroundings are not shaped in a growth mindset, it's not okay till कि हम शादी पे 3 बजे तक on a Tuesday बाहर हैं, right? जब तक वो change नहीं होगा तब तक वो बंदा अगर 23-24 साल का वो या लड़का या लड़की है और उसका सुबह काम है, तो उसके माइंड में मतलब it should not even be acceptable. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा फन ना करें, बट मैं ये कह रहा हूँ ग्लोबल इकोसिस्टम में if we want to make like strong, like we're proud of these people, यार इसने ये किया यहाँ पे, या इसने पाकिस्तान के लिए ये काम किया. When you work at the highest level, you have to bring yourself, right? You have to pull yourself at that highest level of proficiency and work ethics.
एंड डू यू थिंक कि इम्प्रेशंस आर इम्पॉर्टेंट? जैसे लोग कहते हैं, हमारे यहाँ बहुत सारे यंगस्टर्स को हम जब देखते हैं, देव लेट देयर फिटनेस गो, आपने जैसे कहा नींद पूरी नहीं हो रही है, पार्टिंग टू हार्ड, डज दैट हैव एन इम्पैक्ट ऑन नॉट जस्ट द क्वालिटी ऑफ वर्क बट द इम्प्रेशन? लाइक आर पीपल नोटिसिंग दीज थिंग्स?
I think each to its own, right?
Yeah.
I mean, even for me, right? I think the most important thing is at this point in my life, which is extremely important, is how can I surround myself with people who are smarter than me and who have better habits than me. And once you start doing that, automatically you start seeing change subconsciously, and then in your human behavior you start acting like that, right?
How important is discipline for a founder? Consistency and discipline कितना अहम है?
I think it depends, right? Like discipline in everything in life, I think is extremely important. And consistency, right? So anything consistently you keep doing, you get a return. But you have to play the long game. I keep saying this, right? Any business can do really well. The idea can be great, but if you stay long enough,
I think that
you'll be fine.
brings to mind an example. कल किसी ने मेरे साथ शेयर किया हुआ था कि अगर आपके सामने ताश के पत्ते हों और आपको पता है ये 52 पत्ते हैं और इसके अंदर 4 इक्के मौजूद हैं, हो सकता है अगर आपको कहा जाए कि वो 4 इक्के आपने ड्रॉ करने हैं, तो फ्रॉम कार्ड नंबर 38 to 52, तो पहले 37th कार्ड तक आप काफ़ी डिसअपॉइंटेड फील करेंगे. पर इफ़ यू स्टिक इन द गेम फॉर लॉन्गर एंड यू स्टे कंसिस्टेंट, तो आपको पता है कि यू कैन डू इट, बिकॉज दैट्स वेयर योर मार्केट एक्यूमेंट कम्स इन. आपको पता होना चाहिए कि इस काम में इतना पोटेंशियल है कि इसका अगर मैं 1.5% या 10% भी मार्केट का ग्रैब कर लिया, देन आई एम सेट. सो थिंग्स लाइक दीज शुड बी पार्ट ऑफ योर ग्रूमिंग. और आपको लगता है कि I also like one more thing. I love the fact that you've just pointed out कि you'd like to surround people with better habits, with better acumen, with better ideas. लेकिन mentors कितने important होते हैं?
I think very important. Very important. And you choose who you choose your tribe, right?
Yeah.
So no matter how successful you can be, maybe my energy, जैसे कुछ लोग सुन रहे होंगे, maybe 50% of them are like, मुझे नहीं समझ आया, मुझे बंदा पसंद नहीं है. Because वो energy, the energy you throw in depends on who gets attracted to your energy, right? And then based on that, you know, the person will choose, who that person is. And then they reach out to me, right? I get reached out every day by founders and investors and other individuals in different sectors. And then I also see, I give advice. I always do the first call. And then I select, right? Where I'm like, is he ready to even take my
input
and my time,
energy,
right?
Because I think the most important thing is कि हम सब ये realize करें कि हमारे पास बहुत महदूद वक्त, बहुत महदूद energy है. What I'm investing in must make good sense.
और फ्री की एडवाइस भी नहीं देनी ना किसी को जो रेडी नहीं है. अब मैंने कल एक I remember there was a job interview. This girl called me last night, and she's from Houston, Texas, and she said, hey, like, I know you put this job up, can I? It's for a fund manager job in Houston. I said, okay, let's have the conversation. And she said a few things, and I knew that she wasn't like
the right fit.
She wasn't the right fit. And then I gave her some. I asked her. I said, do you mind if I give you some?
Are you open for feedback?
Are you open for feedback? And if you are, I'll give it. If you're not, I won't, right? And I think we're at a point in our lives now that we should always ask first. And if you feel at any point, if the person is not ready for that advice, don't give it.
Yes.
Because automatically what's going to do is they're going to go into a defense mode. And it's very normal for that person to go into a defensive mode. So until the person is not ready for that advice,
don't give it.
Don't give it. There's no need to
and was she open to advice?
Was she said she was, but she wasn't, right?
Okay.
And I knew that. And the second I found the defense mechanism come up, for me it was then I just continued the conversation, and I kept my energy to myself, because it's important on who you share your energy with as well,
Very
right?
true.
In business, in your partner, in your friends, in everything. And your energy is the most important thing in life, right? And especially as a founder, as an investor, as an entrepreneur, and what you do, if you utilize your energy with the right people, you will do 10x what you're doing today, because you're saving yourself from from that negative energy, and that happens, right?
Because, just like आप कहते हैं ना कि power bank है, you have power banks that can charge your device, but if you're empty, you're just going to drain the other person and you're
Yeah.
going to pull the whole team down. So that's spot on. But Taha, my last question probably, are you open to feedback? I know that you're at a very important position, meeting people day in and day out. इतना सारा एक्सपीरियंस, अब तो बहुत सारी चीज़ें आप बड़ी जल्दी उसको कैलकुलेट और उसका अंदाज़ा लगा लेते होगे, लेकिन आर यू इन योर इंडिविजुअल कैपेसिटी ओपन टू फीडबैक?
I think I pray every day, and in my prayer, my prayer is that, just my prayer is, how can I, and at the end I self-reflect, right? So the thought process that works in my brain is, how can I become the best version of me? So please help me and show me the path. And if I hurt anyone in my conversation and in my speech, which a lot of people do, by the way, because we have so many interactions in a high, stressful environment, make sure you're making me aware of that, and keeping me grounded. So that thought process, it always allows for me to self-reflect on a day-to-day. And if I ever say something, if I ever feel, however I made you feel, if I feel like I said something, if I made you feel a certain way because of my presence, I'll make sure that I take a note of that, and I never repeat that. So
You
100%.
remind me of the serendipity prayer जो होती है ना, जिसमें वो कहते हैं, God give me the courage to change the things that I can, patience to absorb and be patient with things that I cannot change, and the wisdom to know the difference.
Yeah, it's
क्या
important.
बदलना है, क्या नहीं
It's
बदलना,
important
कहाँ
because
पीछे हो जाना है.
सही कह रही हैं आप. In today's world, सबसे main जो चीज़ है, I think हम चीज़ें कह के we say sorry later, right? So it's so important कि sorry आप कुछ एक दफ़ा कह दें. Business में, किसी चीज़ में भी, you want to be careful in your speech, right? That's the biggest power you have, in your brain. And I think
and also the gear shifting modality. देखिए, कई चीज़ें मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि this is great acumen and business advice if you're scaling up, if you're starting a new business, if you're investing in a new venture. लेकिन इनमें से हमारे एक बिजनेस प्रोफेसर हुआ करते थे बैक इन कॉलेज, एंड ताहा आई फील उनका सबसे बड़ा कमाल ये था, वो कहते थे कि मैनेजमेंट और बिजनेस एडवाइस, आप जो प्रिंसिपल्स बिजनेस पे अप्लाई कर सकते हैं, दे शुड बी एम्पैथेटिक एंड दे शुड बी कंपैशनेट इनफ कि वो आपकी रियल लाइफ या आपकी ज़िंदगी, आपकी पर्सनल लाइफ पे भी अप्लाई हो. अब लोगों ने 2 अलग अलग मोड्स बना लिए. मुझे ऐसा लगता है एक बिज़नेस में हमारी पर्सनालिटीज़ बहुत अलग होती हैं और हमारी पर्सनल लाइफ या हमारी फ्रेंडशिप्स और रिलेशनशिप्स में बहुत अलग होती हैं. Are you able to strike that balance?
absolutely not.
No.
Yeah.
I read that in one of your interviews. You're like, okay, it's a tough call to have that balance.
So I always say this, and the reason why I'm very honest, by the way, in how I in the things I say, because I'm sure someone would have said like, yeah, of course, right? But this is voila, this is the truth. I think in life, if you want to be extremely successful, and if you want to have you have to know who you are. I will wake up every day and I'll work 7 days a week, and I live to work. I enjoy it. It makes me extremely happy. That's who I am. I love building businesses. I love investing in companies. I love surrounding myself with extremely smart individuals. I love seeing growth in myself as a person, and it's never been for the money. I believe the money comes in when you truly love what you're doing. And for me, just being around an ecosystem of the smartest brains, it allows for me to work at the highest level of proficiency, and that's my why. Right? That's my why. It's how can I have access to innovative information, and how do I react to that access of information? Like, for example, in KSA, the transition of what's happening today, with the Vision 2030, it will only happen once in a life. Like with the Amazon boom, which happened in the 90s, right? The big boom that happened in the 90s, that happened once. In Saudi Arabia, the boom that's happening, Vision 2030, it's only going to happen once in our entire life.
Yes.
It will never happen again. Now, in order for me to be an extremely strong player in the ecosystem, and really be number one, I have to work at that level of proficiency, and I have to suffer. What that means is every year when I start my year, I'm like, let the suffering start. And
Okay.
I'm ready for it and I'm happy for it. Because how can you be at the highest level without sacrificing some things in your life? And some people, anyone who's really created massive change, they have suffered.
So you're saying that that's the price you pay for that
That's the
level
price.
of excellence?
That's the price any father who supports his family, any mother who supports their kids in financially, mentally, they go through suffering and pain in their life to become the best, and sometimes their families don't get the best version of them.
So, in other words, anything which is lofty and purposeful and even worth striving for in life is going to require that level of
Suffering and
pain and
price.
suffering and sacrifice.
But know that the balance for at least the first few years, anyone who says that you can create a big company, you can have the best life without at least 2 to 3 years of a lot of suffering, it's not real.
Is that a road to loneliness then?
Is that a road to loneliness? To be honest with you, I'd rather be lonely for 5 years of my life and be extremely successful than have no ambition and have absolutely nothing after 5
I
years.
think it's also ambition. I think बहुत सारे लोगों को लगता है जब हम ये बड़ी बड़ी बातें कर रहे होते हैं ना, हम सक्सेस की बात कर रहे हैं, हम प्रायोरिटीज़ की बात कर रहे हैं, तो लोगों को लगता है कि शायद यहाँ पे जो तरजीह है वो इमेंस वेल्थ क्रिएट करना है, दुनिया में अपना नाम क्रिएट करना है. एंड फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल दे कंफ्यूज एम्बिशन विद बीइंग सेल्फिश. इज दैट द सेम इन योर बुक?
So I think the question resonates with obviously you giving time to your family, and I think that's the selfishness aspect. I believe if your family truly understands what your full potential is, and if you choose your partner the right way, right? If your partner, right, like I tell my partner, I'm like, if I wake up and if I'm not working, you need to know something's wrong with me, right?
Okay.
So don't tell me. So I get annoyed when people say don't work that much. I'm like, don't say that.
Wired differently.
You got to tell me to work more because that's how I function at my optimum. Because I'm a provider, right? I like to provide, and I believe it's in ways and shapes and form. I think it's that's how I believe. That's how I work.
And it's so wonderful to be so purposeful and to understand yourself. देखिए, सबसे पहले अगर आपने सक्सेसफुल होना है, फाउंडर बनना है, ज़िंदगी में कुछ भी करना है, I think it begins with self-awareness. It begins with what is it that you desire? What is it that you're trying to direct your energies and your time towards? Because बार बार जो ये बात इस पूरी कॉन्वर्जेशन में निकल कर आई है कि आपके पास वक्त भी थोड़ा है, आपके पास एक लिमिटेड अमाउंट ऑफ एनर्जी और टाइम होगा, और आप जिस चीज़ में भी इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, whatever you focus on is going to grow. So be mindful about that. That was an absolute delight
Absolutely.
talking about these things, and I'm sure that we can carry on forever.
Of course.
Because mashallah, you have so much experience, and it's truly a delight to learn about all your variety of experiences and all the wonderful things that you're working towards. So wish you all the very best. Thank you for making time.
Absolutely.
And we would love for you to keep coming back to the podcast and share with us all the other insights that you've gathered around along the way.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And just like ending this on a note, कुछ वक्त मुश्किल गुजारने for a very good life with your family. So I always say this: work hard in your early stage of your career. Work really hard so that you can get the benefits of spending time with your family.
The only downside to that is then it's going to become your personality. I'm going to end with a joke क्योंकि किसी ने हमसे कहा कि एक ज्योतिषी बाबा के पास कोई गया अपनी कुंडली का हाल पूछने के लिए कि मेरी किस्मत में क्या लिखा है, तो उन्होंने कहा कि जी सब कुछ ख़राब है, कुछ नहीं हो सकता, अगले 2 साल तक जिस चीज़ में हाथ डालोगे वो ख़राब हो जाएगा, नया बिजनेस शुरू करोगे बंद हो जाएगा, कहीं तुम्हारी लक अच्छी होती नज़र नहीं आ रही. बेचारा बहुत उदास होता है, फिर पलट के कहता है अच्छा 2 साल के बाद क्या होगा, तो फिर तुम्हें आदत हो जाएगी. तो आई थिंक फॉर अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल इट्स ट्रू कि आप कहते हैं कि शुरुआत में मेहनत कर लो, लेकिन वो मेहनत फिर आपकी ज़िंदगी का हिस्सा बनती है, आपका डिसिप्लिन बन जाती है. एंड देयर इज़ नथिंग रॉन्ग विद दैट एज वेल, टू ईच देयर ओन. लेकिन आपके लिए आहा मोमेंट्स क्या थे? व्हाट वाज द वन और मेनी थिंग्स दैट यू रियली एंजॉयड इन दिस कॉन्वर्सेशन? डू लेट मी नो इन योर कमेंट्स एंड फीडबैक. Until next time, take good care of yourself. Khuda Hafiz.